It's more than my job's worth. That's the old line about a worker reluctant to do something that may jeopardise his or her job. Well, that saying takes on a different meaning when you're talking about the pay rates of Australia's chief executives. People like Westpac boss Ged Kearney, whose pay packet could reportedly be worth more than $55 million if shareholders agree. Well, the ACTU has been analysing pay deals at Australia's 50 largest companies and has found the typical chief executive is taking home a salary about 100 times more than the average worker. Ged Kearney is the president of the ACTU. She says company bosses have always been paid a lot, but it's now gone too far.
Yes, we did know that, but we think it's reaching extraordinary proportions now. CEOs in Australia's top 50 companies are earning around 100 times more than their average salary of their employees, which means on average they're earning about $940,000 a year extra. Their salaries have gone up $940,000 a year when their employees' salaries have only gone up around $3,000. Now, I think Australians would think that that's a little bit unfair, and we're particularly concerned when we're seeing companies complain about wages blowout, about wages pressure. It just isn't happening in Australia, and we'd really like to see the situation changing.
So how can you change that? How can you keep executive pay in line without chasing the best overseas, which would mean that the economy and jobs would suffer?
Look, we don't really begrudge CEOs earning salaries. What we do begrudge is the fact that the difference between their salaries and the salaries of their employees is so great. If their companies can afford to pay such high salaries to the CEOs, then let's stop and have a really good look at what the employees are earning and pay a decent share of the national income to the workers who work so hard for those companies to make such huge profits.
Is there somewhere in the world, in the Western world, that is, where executive pay is regulated without adverse consequences to commercial success?
Well, we think that there are some regulations that could be taken. For example, CEOs' large salaries could be taken into account for company tax, for example. At the moment, they're excluded. We could look at measures where CEO salaries are capped at a proportion of employee salaries, say 10 times that amount. But really, that's not the issue. The issue really is about sharing that income with decent wages, decent working conditions, and safe and secure jobs. And that's what we're really arguing about here.
Ged Kearney, thank you.
Thank you.